Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dr. Cami and Karen Go Keto, where Dr. Kamala McGrath and I, Karen Anderson, are transitioning to a ketogenic lifestyle. Today is December 31st, the last day of the year, and we just wanted to get a message out to everybody and be accountable for the year and what's coming up for next year. Cami, what do you got to say?
Well, I just want to wish everybody a healthy, happy 2024 coming up. We've had such a good time starting this lifestyle off and starting this channel off. And we have lots of fun, exciting things to work on this year. And some of the things that I'm personally working on, the overall umbrella is to just be taking better care of myself, better than ever. And that's just a really wonderful thing for me to be thinking about. I am working on things physically and spiritually, emotionally, mentally. And the biggest thing I'm working to tackle on is my physical issues. Um, I am I made the commitment in August of this year to lose 100 pounds in a year. I don't think I'm going to be on that track. I actually said I wanted to lose 60 to 100 pounds. So I might be closer to 60. We'll see how it goes. I'm actually in ketosis this morning with a little bit of ketones in my urine, which is wonderful. So that's one of the things I'm going to be working on as we work toward our keto lifestyle. And I am interested and praying that my binges are over and done, or at least minimal on the sugar. And that seems to be getting in order, mainly backing it up with lots of support. My nutritional guy, Jeff, my friend Karen, my other friends that I call when I need to have emotional support. And so I'm really looking forward to having a life where I don't binge on sugar and carbs. That's a big part of the new year for me. How about you, Karen?
Well, I kind of realized that I'm not really doing enough to stay committed, right? My motivation level has been pretty low, and I'm attributing that to external factors, but there's a lot more that I could be doing. And we did a video earlier, life just happens, and I've got to be a little more resilient. And my my number one and number two goal are my number one goal now is to stop the Diet Coke, because I still have been drinking a little bit of Diet Coke, and since this is the end of a year, I think my goal is to live 2024 without any Diet Coke. I noticed specifically a couple of days ago when I hadn't had one for a couple of days, and then I had one in the morning, and I really felt the effect of it, of what it usually does. When you drink it every single day, you don't notice so much, or maybe you do notice it and you crave it, right? You want that. It made me jittery. It made me unfocused. So I'm going to work on keeping that out of my diet. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I know I got a journal, so I'm going to start documenting or tracking the Diet Coke uh, intake so I can make sure I stay on plan and don't drink it. It's funny because it's a habit that is a don't do it. So, like, really, just don't go to the grocery store, don't buy it. I have to pay for it, right? So it's silly to say that something else is going to guide me. So when I go to drink something that's not water, I'm going to go for unsweetened iced tea. I think if I have a substitute, I'll be safe. And then I've been staying away from the chocolate malt, so I think I've got the chocolate malt habit kicked. And then I have one other goal, and that is to I'm still not writing out a daily plan, so I want to write out a daily plan and stick to that. And I'll be sharing that with this channel because I think that's a better way, obviously, of being accountable.
That sounds really good. meal plan is something I'm still working on too. I noticed that a couple of weeks ago when I did make a meal plan, it put me into action to go out and to go shopping. I didn't have the right foods in my house to prepare or to eat. And so I was able to go out and go shopping and buy all the foods that I needed for the next 3 or 4 days. I made, lasagna, our low carb lasagna. We've got to get that recipe to these people. It's delicious. I gave it to my nutrition guy, Jeff. He loved it. So that's something we'll be getting to you. And I did not keep my meal plan after a few days, but I did have the food in my house. So, it's progress, not perfection. It's baby steps. We're human. Life hits us. And like everybody else in this world. And the other thing I wanted to mention, Karen, that you might enjoy is my Soda Stream, which right now I'm using to make carbonated water. So I have filtered water in the fridge that's cold. So I put it in the Soda Stream container. I put some carbonation in it, and I've gone away from all the flavoring because I found out they were full of aspartame and stevia and sorbitol, and I'm trying to stay away from all that sugar. So I've really enjoyed just getting used to drinking it plain. And I originally thought, oh, that's going to be something I'm not going to want to do. Oh, that's not fun. Oh, that doesn't have flavor. And it turns out that it's really enjoyable for me and gives me, that little bit of fizzy. So
Yeah.
that might be something to think about.
You know what? I might look into that. I thought maybe I would make my resolution to just not drink carbonated beverages. And I've seen some research that carbonated beverages are actually good for you. My mom actually is a big fan of either Pellegrino water or, a bubbly water. So she drinks that quite often. And I'm not sure. I'm not a huge fan. Even the ones that are flavored, I'm not a huge fan of. So I think right now I'm going to stick to the iced tea, and then we'll see if I start having I know I have some of those drinks, in the cans, the like unflavored LaCroix and stuff. So I always have that in the refrigerator as a backup just in case. But I know somebody else I know is getting a Soda Stream, and they're really excited.
Great. Yeah, I got one from my Secret Santa. It was a wonderful gift a year before, not this year, but last year. So I would say, I don't know, let's put out there what our top 3 goals are for 2024. How does that sound?
All right, you go first because I got to think of them real quick.
Okay, my top 3 goals are to have no binging, and along with that same goal, I would say to be abstinent from sugar, flour, and wheat. The sugar I'm going to get in here and there. I'm just making this morning my wonderful crustless quiche. It's delicious. We need to get you that recipe too. I've altered it to my own recipe. But I have ham in it, and the ham was cured with water and dextrose. So, the sugar is going to get into my life. It's just no way around it unless I'm, growing my own cow and pig or whatever. But I mean, there are places I can get it on Sunday at the market. So that's something I'm looking forward to. But no binging, no sugar, flour, or wheat, phasing, getting that out. And the second thing I'd like to do is stay committed to my exercise with Jeff and continue to work on just being active. And I just signed up for a 3K that's going to be on a 5K, 3.1 miles. That's going to be on January 13th. I signed up for that. So I'm in action in that. I want to continue that. And then the third thing I'd like to do is just continue to work on self-care and healthy self-care and, yoga and journaling and quiet time and meditation and really tapping in to my inner self, close relationship with God, my higher power, and having fun doing that.
Got it. So I think that those are very commendable, and I think if you stay motivated and excited about them, so remind yourself, right, that every day that you go to the gym, every day that you put those shoes on. I mean, it's easy for you because you live in San Diego, Tammy. When we're looking at snow on the ground like we did today, it's not so easy to go, oh yeah, I want to get out there and exercise. for me, I'm going to actually try to play with exercise because I'm not a big exerciser. And that is to say, all I do is exercise moving around. But, taking care of my mother who's in a wheelchair is a lot of exercise, but it's not necessarily, it's not cardio. It's not necessarily the right kind of strength training that I need. So what I thought I would create is a little fun thing that I think is doable for me. And that is I want to, for 52 weeks of 2024, the first week, I'm going to do one. So I'm going to do one squat, one push up, and one pull up or something like one of those exercises, right? So a little upper body and those squats, right? And then the next week I'm going to do 2 a day, and then the next week I'm going to do 3 a day. Because I do squat a little, doing some lifting and moving around, but I can feel it the next day, So I'd like to have it like a gentle way of building some strength, and we'll see if I can get. So then at the end of the year, it'll be 52 of those a day. So we'll see if how that turns out. It's just a game. And then no Diet Coke is my number one. And then my number 2 goal is to create the meal plan. Sticking to it, I'm not even going to worry about sticking to it. I'm just going to worry about creating it to begin with.
That sounds perfect. That's another one that I could be working on too. All right. Well, we have so many exciting things coming up in 2024. We're looking, just so forward to so many things.
And for those of you who've been with us since our very beginning, we are still in a process of learning and having YouTube, and our software for our discussions is Riverside. And we're hopeful that we're going to, I won't call it master, but I will at least say I'm going to try to work on learning how to edit so we can do a little more fun things with our videos and make it enjoyable more for the people who are viewing. But that's there is a commitment level on my part of where I'm going to put that in my daily routine. But I think that look at the software and get comfortable with it. So hopefully in the new year, soon, we will be doing a little more editing. Also, Cami, tell the people a little more about that webinar that we signed up for, or the summit that we signed up for that starts in January. I know you know a little more about it.
Right. Yes, that program is in the process of changing names, so I don't know what the exact name is, but it is in the past has been called the Quit Sugar Summit, and it's run by Mike Collins. And it's free, and it's a webinar. And this year is going to be better than ever. They're going to have all kinds of incredible speakers. They're going to be talking about sugar, its effects on the body, insulin resistance. They're going to be talking about continuous glucose monitoring. They have experts from all over the country that are going to be coming in. Their guest featured speaker is going to be Elaine Lillane, who is Jack LaLanne's wife. And she's 97 years old and just a little spitfire. And that's going to be really fun to have her there. So look it up and check it out. It's called the Quit Sugar Summit. And January 8th to the 14th, it's free. You do have to sign up. So yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, so if you haven't attended these summits before, they're a lot of fun. Usually they are free to attend, but you get to watch it for about 24 hours each day. And then they go away unless you buy the package. But usually when you buy a package, it's $67, $97. And then you get lifetime access to either listen to it or to watch it. Either you can do MP3s or you can do video replays. And I've never thought that it's a poor use of money. I've always thought that I always get a lot out of attending these summits. And so usually they are a few days, and then there's probably 5 or 6 speakers. So there's never enough time in the day to listen to all of them. And there's always a kernel of motivation or strength in everybody's speaking. So it's nice to sign up for the package. But we don't get anything for recommending it to you guys, but we also will try to figure out the editing and put a link down below so you can link to it also.
Yes, this is another thing we're working on. So, um, thank you so much for being here, Karen. Thank you for being my good friend and for supporting me and the wonderful things that I'm up to.
Right back at you, Cami. This is so much fun. It didn't turn out the way I expected it to. It's a lot more fun than I was expecting it, and I'm looking forward to 2024 and seeing where Dr. Cami and Karen go in 2024.
Amen. Amen. And check us out in our next video. We're going to be talking about sugar. We're going to be talking about me saying goodbye to sugar and my binges. I wrote a goodbye letter to the sugar. I'll be reading. It's a couple of minutes long and just give you an idea of what sugar has meant to me in the past and how I'm very excited to be phasing that out.
All right, everybody. We'll see you in 2024. Have a great, prosperous new year.
Sounds good. Take care, everybody. Bye.